All right, good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Um, yeah, let's see what we can get this morning. Um, we took a long position on Mask. We also took a short position and cashed in some profit on dollar Swiss franc ahead of this Swiss interest rate decision. So we cashed in some profit this morning. So um, started off to a good start. See if we can get kind of hold of this level here. I'm gonna add a little bit more margin if so. Not too much of crazy movement. So some crazy price action for those that didn't or haven't watched our market update from last night post Fed interest rate hike. Yeah, nice move down. Straight to that 200 on the hour. Uh, Relatively okay reaction. The only thing is very, very, very weak buy side. Now, bear in mind, today is the BOE's interest rate decision as well as MPC meeting, so we will be listening into that. Um, we could actually have a 0.5% increase. Um, yeah, looking at maybe a long. Now, if we do get a zero point 0.5 increase, quite likely that we'll get a push up. So we'll see how things kind of play out. But yeah, those that are just joining us, welcome to the stream. Good morning. Hope you had a good day yesterday. Let's see what we can get today. I presume volume's going to completely tail off, potentially halfway through today, and going kind of into tomorrow. Just because we've had a pretty heavy week in terms of data, or pretty heavy couple of weeks of data, that's for sure. We were looking at potentially making that move down there, but found a bit of support quite quickly. So we'll look at oil. Yeah, so as mentioned, dollar Swiss franc cashed in on a short just a second ago. So yeah, morning's starting off the right way so far. Now, in terms of oil, I mean, could actually make a move higher. Let me have a little look. could actually get that move. There's your liquidity just above. Right, we've already come tested that area. Could get just a move just into that zone. That would be a nice test. So I think we might have a little look at taking a potential long here. Starting to pick up in that price action. By the way, guys, those that are just joining us, feel free to touch base with us in the chat. Any TA that you want us to go over, happily go over. Yeah, we're gonna take a long here on oil. Let's see what we can get. Just play it. Play it to. Let's go 71.9. We'll go 71.9 ish. There we go. Let's just put the. Give it a little bit more room. Okay, let's go for that. Okay, perfect. Let's see if we can find a bit of resistance here. Holding. Yeah, let's see what we can get, yeah. So yeah, I mean we've taken a long here on oil, so let's see what we can get. Playing it to 71.9. Stop loss at 69.68. We might need to adjust it just to come a little bit lower depending on the price action. It still will look good even if we kind of hold this point here. So if it does come down, we'll just add some lots to the position and just move this a little bit lower. So yeah, but yeah, there's just joining us. Welcome. Good morning. We are in a well, we're in long here again. Same scenario. If we hold this kind of zone here, see a nice rebound. Um, we'll add some to our position, but this saw some nice buy side on this move here. So that was a nice impulse leg. So we do all we need is kind of to hold this point, and then we can start making that next wave up. Okay. See if we can hold this level of resistance here. Potentially come down as well. Got a few trades on the cards. Hopefully we can hold. Gonna add some margin in a second. Support here as well on the dollar. Just there. Now, things left a gap this morning. See here. So we're just looking for a reaction and actually move down or maybe a bit deeper into that zone. But this gap here is going to have to be filled. Well, it's going to be filled. So We should find support relatively soon. Rebound, make that push up higher. Let me just check on what time we're expecting this news. Okay, so we get all of the um, so we get Swiss francs, or the Swiss National Bank's interest rate decision in about an hour, 8:30, and then 12 o'clock we get all of the UK kind of interest rate decision as well as the MPC meeting. Um, so yeah, we got some kind of news to structure the day around. Um, See how things kind of hold up here. Ideally, we want to hold this zone. If things start to make a turnaround, we'll just add some margin, okay, and move the stop loss down. That's how we currently have it set up. Um, and we want it to hold this zone here as well, and then we're going to add some more margin. So we're just going to average into these positions this morning. We've already cashed in on Swiss franc, dollar Swiss franc this morning. Um, so yeah, 1 for 1 so far. Those that are just joining us, as always, guys, feel free to message us in the chat. Okay, welcome and good morning. Let's see where we can get this session. Things are moving ever so slightly. I mean, obviously, we got the Fed's interest rate decision yesterday. Not too much was said. I mean, um, this whole banking crisis sort of situation. Um, yeah, it's obviously kind of made Jerome Powell come in a little bit more dovish or kind of a little bit more calm. Um, Obviously, didn't want to make things any worse than they already are. Now, Janet Yellen, at the same time, did say that obviously the backstop wouldn't be unlimited, or the support for those banks wouldn't be unlimited. So, and that kind of made the markets kind of move a bit further down. S&P, Nasdaq, also very large move to the downside. Your Russell is looking very, very bearish. So yeah, clearly was risk off. So a nice move. Now in the kind of in the price action yesterday, we was talking about potential range. At the moment, we're holding on to that very weak buy side on that move back up. So it could be the case that we come back down a little bit more, or we hold on to this structure here and it'll just be a low volume kind of push back to the top. So yeah, I mean, here we go. Right, we're gonna add some margin here to mask. Right, we're going to add some margin to our oil trade as well as move that stop loss. Yeah, we're holding on to that level quite nicely, so hopefully we can get a nice rebound. By the way, guys, thank you for the follows as well as the likes. And as always, feel free to message us in the chat. Any TA that you want us to go over. More than happy to touch base. Gold's back on the rise. Let's risk off. Yeah, I just gotta be a little bit patient here. How can I join your channel? So you're gonna have to message me privately, just because I'm not able to pass that information over on a TradingView Live. Otherwise, I will get reported and banned. But yeah, if you drop me a message privately, I will get. I'll answer your question for you. Come on, just need that push. Now, Bitcoin dominance is coming off that high there, which is good to see. So, on these little breakouts of previous structure, we should see a nice push higher on within the altcoin market. Yeah, there should be some nice opportunities this morning. Looking okay. So we've added some margin, by the way, guys. See if we can get that push. Yeah, we should start picking up in some volume now. The S&P. Now, do bear in mind the forecast for that BOE interest rate decisions, 25 basis points. Now, obviously, inflation went up unexpectedly to 10.4%. So we could actually see a 0.5 increase. Okay, so I'm going to keep a nice close eye on some of these pound pairs. Could get some nice movement there. Sorry. I'll work. That should be okay. Thank you for the likes on the stream. Yeah, we're not too far away from this London Open now. 25 minutes till the opening bell. Yeah, just holding onto structure. I don't see. I mean, the buyers are very weak on this rebound, but the sellers also not coming in. Now, the only thing is that we're coming to support here, and we've got a gap that's been left behind just here. So we just need to be careful of that rebound and then pushing back up, because on that push back up, we might see prices kind of fall back down. But yeah, there's going to be a period of time where obviously the bottom's being set and the top on crypto is kind of being set as well. So we should get a little bit of volatility, which should move things a bit. But yeah, those are just joining us. Welcome. As always, guys, feel free to touch base with us. Message us in the chat. Anything that you want us to go over, more than happy to. Yeah, obviously we're just ahead of the opening bell, so hopefully we get a little bit of movement. As mentioned, we've already cashed in on a trade this morning. Let me get it up for you. Dollar Swiss franc. We do get a SMB interest rate decision in 55 minutes, 54 minutes. Here we go. Yeah, things are still looking good here as well. So let me get the TA back on. Could potentially get a re-entry here. But yeah, we cashed in on move just from here to here. So we'll see how it structures up here, but we could potentially see a deeper push towards this kind of a stronger concentration of liquidity. Just need things to start moving. That little bit of a rebound, so we should see some structure here. So I mean, this is your level to really hold. If it does come back down, it's decent amount of liquidity here. Okay, so we could get a push up or rebound from here and just break through here, rebound, push towards that 200, maybe even towards maybe the this kind of trend line. At that point, we'll look to get out of any long positions. But we should see these altcoins, kind of the ones that are loading up and looking good to go. We should see a nice push as prices break through these kind of short-term levels of resistance or of previous structure. So yeah, let's see what we can get. Things should start moving a little bit. ETH GBP, sorry. Let's have a look. I don't trade. I just trade ETH USDT. But let's have a look. Don't know what. Let's go Binance. I mean, obviously, interest rates are going to be hiked, right? We could actually have a 0.5 increase on the we could have a 0.5 increase from the BOE as inflation went up. So the British pound is realistically going to appreciate in value. So yeah, we could actually get a bit of a dip. Now, where are we getting that from? So we could potentially see something soon. We're at that 382, so we'll see how things kind of hold up here. But yeah, we could actually make that move. It's very weak still, so we could get some structure being built here. As you can see, I mean, the buyers are really nowhere to be seen. So yeah, I mean, wait for a little bit of structure. We could get something like this, or we could continue pushing up on low volume. But I mean, this is still looking very bearish. We're still beneath that 200. Could push as high as that 0.5 and move back down. But yeah, the buyers are nowhere to be seen at the moment, so we could get a little bit of a prop down. Just bear in mind, 12 o'clock, we do get that Bank of England decision as well as that MPC meeting. So yeah. Good morning, sir. Good morning, my man. Can you explain how you read that Bitcoin dump? I mean, just it's overextended. Okay. We had roughly about 29k as the level of resistance. If you see, I mean, I've got a bit of TA on here, but this is your key pivotal point on Bitcoin. Previous support all the way through here. Okay. That's on your higher time frame. Okay, so we know, okay, this is a key pivotal point. Realistically, there's going to be the need of a lot of momentum, buy side momentum and volume to really kind of push through that. Now, as you can see here, I mean, you can see it a little bit better on the 4 hour. You see how we are moving up and continue taking it off. So we're moving in upward fashion. See how volume peaks here and we tail off. Okay, so momentum is dying as we're reaching this very key pivotal point on Bitcoin. So yeah, and I mean, you get one test at the top, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I mean, it was the news, right? So the news came out. We got a 0.25 increase. Okay, so now in the updates that we've been sending out, we explain all of this, right? So market was expecting a 0.25, okay, but in the May meeting, you're expecting a pause on interest rate decisions or interest rate hikes, shall I say. But there was also kind of the talk of even a pause on this meeting that we just had, okay. But it came in as expected, 0.25. But then it's kind of what Jerome Powell also kind of said, right? That there's still potential continuations in the interest rates hiking, depending on data. Okay, so this is kind of just pricing in because who knows what the data is going to come in at, or like in well next month. So it's just continuing data to data. Okay, the buyers were just weak. What the markets wanted to hear was, okay, yeah, we're not we're not increasing interest rates. Okay, we're going to be taking a pause. He didn't say that. He still came in hawkish as he has been in the past several months, and he didn't rule out extra rate hikes basically. Now he also didn't state that, okay, I'm increasing the terminal rate, which I mean realistically would have been ideal. And if he had done it, there would have been a much stronger sell-off in the market. Okay, but again, because everything has been happening with the banks, okay, with the banks that have been on the news in terms of going insolvent and kind of having to be bailed out, or First Republic having to be bailed out, right? Um, Obviously, he's not going to do anything that really could impact the market heavily. So he came in realistically the way he kind of should have. Because this whole banking situation, I mean, the banks that had the problems aren't exactly massive banks, so there's not a massive systemic risk, but there is still a systemic risk, right? At the moment, the problem has been plugged, but yeah, if it starts to unravel again, and you start seeing more and more banks kind of having a knock-on effect, yeah, it's really not looking good. So, yeah, I guess it's just a little bit of a correction. We have been moving in an upward motion for a long time, guys. So, it's about time we get a little bit of a correction now. I mean, the sellers kind of came in, but realistically, you should be getting much stronger sell side. Okay, we broke through that trend line here, came straight down to this liquidity area here, and we're holding. We're seeing weak buy side on the rebound. So I guess we're just going to structure up for the rest of the week. Now, next week we do get core PCE prices as well as some European data. So yeah, again, we're just the market is going to be a data-driven market. It's going to go from one data point to the next, as because Jerome Powell essentially has no clue what the hell he's supposed. Well, what the hell is going on basically. So he's going, okay, from one data point to another data point. The labor market is extremely tight. And I mean, headline inflation year on year has come down, right? But month on month, there's signs of revival. And I mean, some of those kind of categories in inflation is extremely high. So yeah, and obviously you got the whole Russia-Ukraine situation kind of really escalating at the moment. So yeah, things aren't looking good. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Yeah, it's a little bit TA, but kind of mainly kind of fundamental. Okay, the TA is essentially we're at a very key level on your chart. It's the pivotal point on Bitcoin. So yeah, there needs to be the momentum to really kind of push straight through it. because there's a lot of volume that needs to be taken through to actually make that break towards well above that point. Um, and yeah, I mean the buyers clearly died off. Partly because also, I mean, the markets are expecting a switch up in these Jerome Powell stance or the Fed stance, and they're not getting it. So as we go along, and Jerome Powell continues with his stance, yeah, the markets aren't going to take to that very well. Um, Now, by all means, I mean if inflation continues to come down, then you're going to see nice moves on the back end of that. That's for sure. Um, Mainly it's the labour market. If the labour market starts to weaken, you'll start seeing some decent moves. But I mean, look at let me go on to the S&P, right? Let's have a little look at the equities. Now they're up a little bit today, but just look at that. Huge moves to the downside on these equity markets. So yeah, not even they have a clue what the hell is going on. But yeah, as mentioned, guys, this is simply a bear market rally. Okay, I don't see it breaking through this key point. I see it potentially making a little bit of a deeper push, maybe, but I don't see it breaking. I still see a very large sell-off now. We're just waiting for that sell side to come in. Okay, as mentioned yesterday, we want to see that sell side. You're not getting sell side, and so I mean, this sell side bar here is significant compared to what in terms of the volume that we were getting on this kind of period where markets were just holding off for that interest rate decision, right? But I'm talking about, I mean, the candle structure is great, very bearish, but I'm talking about volume that is extremely high, higher than a lot of this really start to ramp up and liquidate all of the longs. That's the sign that, okay, things are turning around here heavily. Now, who knows what the catalyst is going to be? It could be a number of things, really. Could be a data point that we get, maybe inflation, or something in terms of escalation over in Russia, Ukraine, or the US, and that kind of conflict. Yeah, or maybe something kind of an escalation in terms of often kind of more banks going under. That's definitely going to spark some or kind of spook the markets, and it'll quickly switch off from what seems to be risk on to risk off. Yeah, I mean, you even look at gold. I mean, gold's been on a rampage, right? So you're starting to see a little bit of a switch up in dynamics. Investors are kind of becoming a little bit less risk on, looking for a little bit more safe havens. I think this whole situation with all of these banks has definitely made some of these investors think a little bit differently. By the way, guys, thank you very much for the likes and follows. Okay, so we're about 8 minutes away from this London Open. Yeah, let's see what we can get. We should be able to make a little bit more of a push up. I don't think. I mean, we're getting a little bit of a rebound here. Now, there's going to be a bit of a period. I mean, if this is the bottom here, there's going to be a period where it pushes up and comes back down and builds up structure, right? So as it builds up structure, we should still see crypto make a move, maybe. spawning a little bit more. Oh, I need it to hold this level. See how Bitcoin's not doing much. Now again, those are just joining us. And follow crypto, but don't follow Bitcoin dominance. Okay, it's important that you follow Bitcoin dominance. Okay, we've been in this range since 2021 or May 2021. I'm pretty sure. See this, and we've hit that resistance zone. Now we're making that pullback. Now, in whichever direction Bitcoin kind of goes, okay, you're going to see the altcoin market really move in that same direction. Now, Bitcoin makes a first move. Then starts to kind of build structure, and in that structure, after kind of significant moves be made, you'll see the altcoins really make a move. So way that I'm looking at is, okay, break, build up some structure here, potentially continue up again on low volume. I don't see the huge volumes coming in, and then see some of these altcoins kind of really move. Now I'm looking at Mask, because we've come back down, we've rebounded, building some structure, kind of turning previous resistance into new support. We should see that net kind of move back up. Now, I could be wrong, but it's had a very good push. Now we see this structure back here. We caught this move. Okay, it was a very, very nice trade. Lots of profit last week on Mask. Yeah, we saw this move. I mean, we didn't catch the whole entire move, but yeah, we pulled in some very nice profit on Mask. So let's see if we can get just a bit of a move back up. I'm not expecting a huge move, but somewhere around this region here. Yeah. So we'll see. Keep an eye on things. You explain things better than most. Tips for beginners. Thank you very much, by the way. Yeah, guys. I mean, the way that we kind of look at things, and kind of teach our members, it's nice and simple. Okay, we've gone through the whole kind of process, okay, of learning majority of things, okay, and what works is keeping it nice and simple. Okay, there's no need to overcomplicate things. Just keep it nice and simple. Just look at price action, supply and demand, look at volume. Volumes will always tell you a lot of information, the relationship between your price action and your volume. Okay, and yeah, just keep it nice and simple, man. Just stick to what works. Don't overcomplicate your chart with lines and this and that. It's too much, especially if you're just starting off. There's no need for it. So yeah, nice simple price action. Okay, that's all it is. Tips for beginners. In terms of what, how to. I mean, okay, the best thing for a beginner. So if I could go back, I would simply kind of. I wouldn't try and kind of do everything myself. Okay. I mean, have a look about. See, kind of someone that you can kind of get involved with and trust a little bit. And yeah, just learn. That's the quickest and best route, because the thing is, when you start try and learn by yourself, you're learning things in the wrong order. Okay, you're learning too much that you don't really need to actually learn a lot of the time, and then too, you're also very much susceptible to picking up bad habits. And then once you start picking up these bad habits, okay, it's hard to come out. So just learn the right route, the right direction of someone, And then kind of test out, get your demo accounts, okay, put a little bit of money in, test it out, get comfortable with kind of understanding the emotions the emotions and the psychology around it. And again, I mean, if you try and learn things by yourself, right? What's going to happen is that you're going to learn a lot of the lessons the hard way by losing a lot of money, okay? Because it's an emotional game, it's a psychological game, okay? So you'll be doing the same mistakes over and over again and losing money over and over again on it and learning things the hard way. When if you actually learn off someone that knows what they're doing, they will set you up with rules, just kind of your proper risk management, where you prevent yourself from getting in those positions where you become emotional, right? And your rational thinking goes out the window, because that's what it's all about. Is about having kind of a calm mindset and mood. When things start to go south, okay, you can make quick, rational decisions. Okay, you can cut your losses nice and quick. Um, and yeah, it's essentially having kind of the steps of right risk management ahead of time. Okay, how much margin you're placing in. Okay, how much leverage you're using. Um, what risk reward ratio you're kind of looking at. What setups are you looking at? And having kind of those things in place are going to prevent yourself from getting or finding yourself in these very emotional trades. Okay, and it's 99% of the time when you're emotionally trading, things do not go your way. But yeah, it's not it's not the easiest of journeys. It takes time, takes practice. Um, but yeah, if the quickest way or the quickest route to that point is um, by just learning off someone. Now, um, these live streams, okay, the live streams can really help you. Now, the other thing is that you don't just want to, you want to make sure not to get kind of strategies mixed up with each other. There's not just one strategy that works. There's multiple. Okay, so yeah, there's things that one strategy might have that if you try and mix some of that aspect with another strategy, it doesn't work. Okay, so yeah, just you need to find a strategy that you can kind of understand and it works for you, and just go with it. Don't 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 take too much time to test everything. Okay, once you find something that works, stick to it. Go with it. Um, okay. Um, Come on, I need some movement. Yeah. Can I go break even? That's the question. But yeah, hopefully that answered your question anyway. Yeah, if you wanna, if you've got any further questions, just feel free to message me privately. Um, yeah, it's all good. Getting some little bit of structure here, so hopefully we can get our push. Do I leave shell? Let's have a little look. Gold, 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 gold. What are you in? Are you in a long on gold or short on gold? I mean, it looks like we're building up on a range, really. I've got resistance a little bit higher, but it could be the case that we kind of build up some structure here. Made a nice push. Could. I mean, found resistance right here. Nothing at the moment. Just looking for an entry. Oh, okay. Yeah. In terms of looking for an entry, I'd probably just see if you can hold. See if things can hold on to this level here. Somewhere around this level. If things are continuing to structure up. Make that breakthrough here. This is your very top, so you could potentially see prices kind of maybe moving somewhere around here. Kind of got potentially some sort of, it's not really an inverse, but yeah, the structure isn't fantastic, to be honest. I mean, the sell side volume is kind of coming a little bit hot there as well. Yeah, maybe pull back, hold, build some more structure, make that move. That's essentially where we've got our very top. So, I am expecting things to continue pushing back up, but yeah, just gotta wait for a little bit of structure. That sell side that just come in there could make it kind of pull back a little bit deeper towards this structure here. If we break through here, then I mean, could be looking at a little bit further down. There's your order block. There's your previous structure there. Yeah, probably just gonna range for a bit. Again, I'm not really expecting too much movement. No problem, bro. Yeah, patience. Like I said, I mean, we obviously we got some news to come out, some data to come out today, but I think the markets have moved quite a lot the last like 2-3 weeks, and maybe that I think after. Let me just have a look at the economic calendar in the group. Economic calendar. Here we go. I mean, we get data tomorrow as well. We get decent amount of data tomorrow, so we get Swiss francs interest rate decision in 24 minutes. Bank of England's interest rate at 12:30. We get US building permits as well as jobless claims later on. You get yen CPI later on again. Tomorrow is quite a big day. We get UK retail sales, Spanish GDP, French PMI, German PMI, UK PMI, EU PMI, and US core durable goods. So yeah, we could see a little bit of a movement. But I mean, the big news is out the way. Really, we do get core PCE next week. It's probably the big one. We do also get US GDP next week, which is going to be important as we move forward as well. Come on, make a move. Okay, here we go. Alright. It's kind of make or break now. We need to see that push. Have a little look at Bitcoin. You see how we kind of make that little bit of a push back up. This is coming off its high. Okay, so whenever Bitcoin kind of makes, it's made its move, right? So here's your move up, your impulse leg. Okay, structure makes that break. Okay, this is where you get the alts kind of pump in. That's then your impulse. We structure up again, and then we either go up or we come down, and then that's where you kind of alts start to move again. But yeah, make sure to go and check out that market update that we done last night. Just post that interest rate decision. We will do another one, maybe later on, depending on what we get in terms of price action. If not, we'll do one just before the end of the week, tomorrow, just so that you guys are left updated for the weekend. But yeah, just bear in mind, also next week is the final week of the month, the final week of the first quarter. And also, okay, if you go off history, April, May are red months for the year. Okay, so just add that kind of to your analysis. Again, those that are involved in crypto, just be careful to think that, okay, that's the bottom and this is moving up. Remember, 2024 is Bitcoin halving. It's not 2023. Okay, the outlook is not good. Okay, you can't tell me if you follow the news that things sound and look good right now. They really, really don't. So yeah, I'm still looking at a much larger sell-off to happen, and a very quick one. But I mean, we might be mistaken. If things push past this key point and we start closing above it on the high time frame, then yeah, I'll be switching. I'll be thinking, okay, this is probably going to be a much more sustained move in the market. But just be careful, guys. Really do be careful. Come on, man, make that push up. What's happening? Goat, yes. Is it in a Telegram group? So message me privately, bro, because I can't mention anything on any of these lives on TradingView. Otherwise, I get reported and banned. But if you message me, drop me a message privately. Yeah, I can get I can answer your question. It's a bit of a shame how restrictive TradingView is, but I mean, you gotta follow the rules. Gotta follow the rules. That's all right, man. That's all right. It's all good. It happens. How do you message me privately? So if you click on my logo, if you click on my logo, or if you go to my profile on TradingView, there'll be a message kind of button at the top somewhere. Um, but yeah, if you go to my profile, there'll be a message thing, or I think if you maybe hover over mine or click on my name. Um, Here you go. Might make it a bit easier. If you click on my name there, it should take you to my profile. Okay, I found. I'll send a message when you. Yeah, that's perfect, man. Whenever in your own time, there's no rush. I'm about. Oh, I'm literally about all day, so yeah, I'll get back to you. Things are very slow, very, very, very slow. Not really getting much. Kind of failed to break out here. Um, mm, Getting too much price action. This is causing a little bit of an implication. Now, some structure. We'll see how it reacts when it comes back down. But remember, we do have this gap here that might get filled up. We'll see how things kind of play out. Da, 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 da. It's not great deal. We caught some nice trades yesterday, in all fairness. Um, just prior to that interest rate decision, actually, we caught that move up there. So we, even from the beginning of the week, we were calling 29. And we caught a nice push on some trades. As prices kind of pushed towards that 29k. Luckily, we were able to actually get out. So this was the structure that it was moving within here. See how we're kind of compressing. We're holding that trend line there. We were kind of compressing, broke out, and then we moved straight back down. So we caught some nice trades on that move up. We got out. We let the interest rate decision come in. Obviously, the Fed speech come in. Obviously, a lot of volatility even on that lower time frame there. I mean, this was moving like crazy. Hi. Welcome to the stream. And then yeah, obviously things kind of moved down. So seller was cut as well. The sellers were coming in, partly due to just there was no real pivot in anything or on Jerome Powell's stance. It was the same thing. Nothing really changed. I just wanted him to say, okay, I'm increasing the terminal rate. But instead he just said, okay, if the data worsens, then we'll continue increasing interest rates, which I mean is bearish. High Blur USDT. Okay, so Blur USDT. Let's have a little look. Doesn't look too bad. OKEX. Okay, I'll have a look. It's going to be basically the same price action anyway. So that's your trend line. Okay, you do not want to break through that trend line if you're looking for a long. Now we're seeing some decent structure. That's your top trend line. That's your key level. You got your 200 just there. So you're wanting to. You need it to hold this level here really. Accumulation phase, yeah. I mean, it's very low volume. You just need some buy side to continue coming in, but yeah, you can call it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is accumulating. Yeah, ideally you just want it to continue holding this kind of level here. Can you see how it's kind of a natural level on your chart? So you want prices to hold, come down, hold, and then start to build up. This volume here needs to start pushing up in terms of buy side. Okay, as prices hold and start to move up for that breakout, you need that buy side to increment. See something like this. See here how it kind of incrementally kind of builds up as prices hold. See how we held that point there, held, and then starts to pick up in momentum in terms of your volume. That's exactly what you want to see play out again here. Okay, for that breakout. But yeah, I mean, it looks like we're going to come down a little bit more. Ideally come and test this level here as new support, and then yeah, just stagger the same price action that you got here. You want it to play out here again, and just stagger, hold, and build up in volume for that breach. Now in terms of take profits, okay, to the upside, now there's still a chance that things break down. Okay, the thing that you need to also look at is a potential wider range play out. Okay, so you could get your bottom still come in here, okay, which kind of fits into your range, right? There's your top, and prices actually have that wider structure, okay, and that's your actual accumulation range. So you just need to be careful that things could breach and kind of search for more liquidity lower down. Okay, could very much play out. But if we go back to the scenario that I just spoke about first, and holds this position here, and we get that nice price action at the moment. I mean, the sellers, I mean, we got a little bit of sell side here, but we came straight to that trend line and held, which is good. But yeah, we want to hold and we want to see weak sell side, strong buy side, and incrementally picking up, indicating that the buyers are picking up in momentum for breakout of this point. Now, I mean, in terms of take profits, it's quite simple. You got one here, two, and then you've got kind of, I mean, you got your top there, but you can kind of group this into almost the zone as well. So yeah, I'm a bit more of a short-term trader, so again, I'd be taking profit much sooner at shorter-term targets, but it depends whether you're holding on spot or you're kind of comfortable with holding positions for a little bit longer. Because this isn't going to happen overnight. This is going to take a little bit of time. You need it to accumulate here, and then actually build up to make that break. And a lot of the time, you're not going to see a straight push. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it's looking like in terms of targets to go to the downside. You got there, got a little bit. I mean, this is kind of your strong level, and then there's previous structure as well as your order block acting as demand or acting as support just down here. So yeah, that's your structure. At the moment, you're compressing in price, okay, which is good, but you just want it to continue staggering and picking up. At the moment, we've had a little bit of a fall off in terms of volume, so you just want it. It's almost a swing in action, right? That's what you want to see. You want to see it swinging. Okay, price comes down and swings up. Yeah, that's what you're looking at. or wanting to see. Thank you for the follows as well as the likes, guys. Very much appreciated. As mentioned, I mean we come live. I mean we do a live, a London Open, New York Open, New York close. Sometimes we have to take some mentorship calls. So, um, yeah, sometimes in the evenings we're not about, or sometimes in the mornings, depending on who we're expected to have a call with. But yeah, as always, guys, feel free to message us in the chat. Anything that you want us to go over, more than happy to touch base on. Um, do you do mentoring? Message me privately. The answer is yes, I do. But yeah, message me privately if you're interested. Do you have favorite altcoin? Um, yes and no. I mean, I like. I'm more. I'm more of a day trader than investor. Now, don't get me wrong. I do have um, investment in crypto. Okay, but it's mainly in kind of the larger caps. Okay, the kind of the safer havens. I really mess about with a lot of the kind of very small caps. Went through the whole altcoin season in 2017 in that summer, and kind of the ICO stage. Um, so for me, I think yeah, just keep it nice and simple, keep it safe. In the ones that are here to stay, okay, that I've been through it, got a nice price history. But in terms of altcoins, I like Polkadot. I like I like kind of them. I like Sand. I like the Metaverse, as well as Matic. I love Matic. Also in terms of trading, it's fantastic to trade. Um, but yeah, but yeah, as mentioned, I mean, in terms of putting money to alts in terms of long term holds for an investment portfolio, keep it nice and simple. I don't really mess about with going through the whole kind of trying to find that absolute gem. Um, but yeah, there's some nice ones, that's for sure. Just need this moving up. Okay, so we've got oil moving now, which is good. Nicely in profit. So I think, I mean, let's have a little look. Um, okay, not too bad. We're up a grand and a half this morning on the FX and commodities, so it's not too bad. It's a pretty good morning. Um, the crypto side of things, I'm still waiting for a bit of movement. Ba-da. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to move the stop loss for oil to break even. Okay, nice and simple. Okay, so at least we are risk free. But yeah, the FX commodities channel is treating us a bit nicer this morning, that's for sure. This is, I mean, crypto's kind of struggling a little bit. Okay, so we get Swiss francs. Interest rate. Let's see what's happening. Any developments here? Potentially seeing a push up. Don't think we're gonna make. See how it kind of reacts here. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we get at. Now the expectations are 0.5 increase. So let's see what we're gonna get. Okay, there we go. Get your move down. Yeah, so it came in with expectations. Now, I mean, obviously the move is being made, right? So we'll see how things kind of react here. See if we can get an entry to rebound. As mentioned, I mean we've cashed out. We've already made profit on this one on that move down. So yeah, we'll see whether we can get a move down here and rebound, push back up. That's where the next liquidity area is at. Okay, got a little bit of movement back on oil. Crypto's really not doing much today, is it? Very, very, very weak. Maybe we can get something soon. See if we can get that push. We're looking at it coming into this zone here. Can you see this liquidity area? There's a little bit more of a concentration just here, but be pessimistic with the take profit and take it just beneath. But yeah, hopefully we can get a move up. This is nice. It's coming down. See if we can get a rebound at that point. Should come up. We're holding, we're holding, we're holding. I guess crypto's just got to structure up a bit more today. CFX USDT. Okay, yes, let's go. Okay, so let's have a little look on the high time frame. Let's do the top down. Oh, okay, I was looking at it wrong. Jesus Christ. Okay. This is not nice, is it? Okay, so this is your key level. Okay, so as you can see on the higher time frame, resistance, resistance, we broke out. We're coming and retesting it as potentially new support, right? Now, decent amount of volume coming in. We've got potential head and shoulders here. Yeah, bam, bam, bam. That's your neckline. If we breach, we will come down lower. You have got decline in volume. See this? Price moves up. We got volume dying down. This is looking likely we're going to come down. It's had a very, very good run. Now, if we hold, and volume starts to uptick, okay, then maybe we've got another leg in it. Okay, but for now, I mean, the way things are looking, sell side, especially here, did peak up, got buy side. I mean, had 3 chances to really peak up, failed to peak up, got potential move down to somewhere kind of at these previous levels here. Yeah. Yeah. Does look like we might get a little bit more of a pullback, almost something like this, where kind of trickles down to these levels here, and then maybe hold, continue holding, maybe somewhere around here, and then pick up again, or it can just continue and crumble. Could move right back down, but personally, I'm not getting involved. If I were to get involved, probably be looking at taking some shorts. Just because it's been on an absolute rampage. So yeah, realistically, it would be healthy to actually see a little bit of a pullback, maybe towards this kind of area here. There's some liquidity just here, so somewhere around this region would be nice. I would actually be quite healthy to see a push here, maybe push back up, build up some structure at that point. But yeah. Come on. Hopefully that answered your question though. My e-commerce. Hopefully this can make that push up. That'll be nice. See where this is at. Finding a bit of support, yeah. Your dollar's making a little bit of a pull. Superb, thank you very much. You're welcome. Just rolled over my toe. Yeah, I mean, it's a relatively quiet morning. It's not a great deal going on. I mean, this is slightly picking up. Let's see what we can get. But yeah, I mean, this month has been superb. Unreal month. Lots and lots of profit this month. Last week was crazy. Last week was really good. The price structure this month has just been very nice. The volatility has been nice, especially in crypto. Lots of volatility. Um, yeah, market dynamics has just been really good to trade. The kind of last 2 weeks, really. This week has been a little bit different just because of the data, and everything that's kind of been happening with kind of outside, with the banking sector. But yeah, overall, really, really good. Let's see what we can get. This is making a nice push. Everything's really slow this morning. Would have liked a little bit more volatility, more of a push. How's the mass trade looking now? Okay, we're only slightly down on mask. Let's see. Let's see. 15-minute works better. Okay. Let's see how we got that rebound. Straight into that area of liquidity. Now, we're getting that rebound right. Now, ideally, I want to see it move back up. Hopefully past this structure here, and then an actual come and retest. That's where I want to be entering for that continuation. Okay. We're now up a little bit of profit on mask. Is there any crucial advice you might give for a young adult interested in crypto, like just starting? In terms of investment or in terms of trading? In terms of young adult interested in trading crypto, let me know. I can definitely share kind of my experience. More than happy. But I mean, broadly speaking, crypto is not the easiest thing to trade. Just expect. I mean, it's very very volatile. Okay. Like what is something that I should definitely know or consider? Yeah, the volatility. It's very volatile. You need to understand the dynamics. Okay, what impacts crypto? I mean, with any market, okay, you're looking at certain data that comes out each week, each month. Okay, and how it impacts. So you need to know kind of what you need to be following, and understanding the mechanicals of it. But yeah, crypto is volatile. Just take that into consideration. And for a beginner, it's very easy for you to burn your account over and over again trading crypto. Why? Because there is no real restrictions on leverage. Okay, so essentially, it comes down to risk management. Okay, and yeah, you need to have that on lock. And obviously, if you're starting off, you haven't really got a strategy going. You don't really know how to properly risk manage a lot of the time. And yeah, you get kind of enticed into watching its kind of tick. Okay, because you can get very very quick large movements in price. Now a bit of advice. I mean, when I talk about risk management, a lot of people think, okay, of the negative sort of side of things, so losing or losing streaks and stuff like that. You can have negative, positive emotions if that makes sense. So, um, kind of that euphoric, winning emotion when you've made a massive win. Almost kind of if you've been to a casino, right, and you go in with X amount, you double it, triple it, quadruple it, all right, and then you get enticed to it because it's money that you've won and you didn't come in, so it's free money. You then go and take bigger bets. Okay, and that's what happens a lot of the time if you haven't got proper risk management. You're not used to trading, is that you get enticed and you're like, oh, okay, I made this money in profit. If I lose it, I'm just back to square one, and that's the problem. The key to being successful in trading is mastering defense. Okay, like a sports team, right? Master your defense. Okay, protect your accounts at all times. And yeah, you'll be on the right path, but it takes a while. That's for sure. It's not easy. It takes a lot of commitment. Um, yeah, just the best way and the quickest route is learn off someone that knows what they're doing. It'll save you a shit ton of money, and you'll get there quicker. Okay, a lot of people that just start off, they're like, no, I don't. I'm gonna learn it by myself. And then they go and with X amount of money, right, and they'll lose it. And then well, they'll burn their account because they don't know what they're doing. They're learning lessons the hard way. And that will just kind of it'll be a cycle essentially where that initial money that you lost, okay, you could have learned the right way, and then been on the right path. So yeah, that's my bit anyway. Hopefully that kind of helped you out. But yeah, crypto is great to trade. Absolutely fantastic to trade. It is the bread, kind of our or my bread and butter anyway. And now I do trade kind of other markets. But if you're just starting off, just kind of stick to one market. Just kind of really kind of try and nail it down. Um, but yeah. Okay, we're getting a little bit of a rebound. Nice, nice, nice. This is slightly pushing. Now remember, I mean, we've moved our stop loss break even. Um, so yeah, we're risk free. Okay, we're currently up a 850 on oil. So we'll see how things kind of play out. By the way, guys, thank you very much for the follows and likes. Very much appreciated. Like I said, I mean, we come live at least once a day. Now we do. Obviously, there's three kind of main sessions: London Open, New York Open, New York Close. So you'll see us throughout the day. If not, you'll see us kind of sending out market updates. Now we don't send the market updates to TradingView. So just be aware of that. So don't just be waiting for an update on TradingView because you're not going to see it. We've moved things over. Um, yeah, partly due to how restrictive TradingView just is. It's just ridiculous. So, but you will see us live. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Come on, can we get a push? Give me something to work with here. Yeah, nice staggering here. Some positive price action on the lower time frame, which is good. So hopefully we can get just a nice push up. Be nice to see. Okay, right. Let me have a look. Right, I'm gonna close out oil here. Okay, I'm gonna take my profit and run. Oh no. So we'll take that. So anyone that got involved in that, well done. Okay, we'll cash out profits. I mean, it could push up again, but I'm not interested. I'm just gonna cash out. It's just slowed down a bit too much. Now, if anyone's in it, okay, it's at break even. You can let it roll if you want to let it roll. I'll have a little look at potentially re-entering if we get a little bit of structure again. Now we're in on mask, long on mask. This structure on the lower time frame is looking a bit nicer. You see how we kind of move up, move up. So hopefully we can kind of just continue holding this area here, okay, and then accumulate and make kind of that next wave up. So yeah, I mean, we'll hold it. We'll see how things kind of play out. Crypto is just loading up really, whilst dollar index it's doing its thing as well. So I mean, yeah, we'll see how things kind of play out. It could be the case that we find support relatively soon and actually make that move. If that's the case, then yeah, we'll get out of any crypto longs just because probably got a high. Well, there's going to be a higher risk of things actually moving back down. Just bear in mind, it's very, very low volume on that rebound. Very low volume. Increases the risk of actually a bit of a larger move back down. So. Yeah, keep an eye out for those for that move potentially. The way that we're looking at things is this kind of breaking out, pushing towards that level. There's a bit of volume and structure to play to there. So yeah, I mean, we'll see how things kind of play out. What's the value of the red EMA? The red one is 200. So you've got so that's not an EMA. So the way that we have it is the 200 moving average, so it's the simple moving average, and then you've got your 100 EMA and then your 50 EMA. Okay, so we keep the long-term moving average, the long-term 200 moving average simple, and then we use the exponential moving average for the 50 and the 100. But yeah, that's how we think. That's how we have things set up. Now again, guys. I mean, in terms of moving averages, you just try it out. Okay, it works differently for each market. Okay, this is just what we're used to using. The setup in terms of we're used to seeing. But yeah, the way that prices stick to these moving averages in crypto is different to how they stick for in oil, for instance, or in the FX pairs. So you just need to get comfortable and understand kind of how they look. Okay. But this is a setup that we have as kind of a broad setup for trading kind of all the markets. Okay. But yeah, apart from that, guys, that's it. We're gonna leave it there. Okay, we will come back for that New York Open. Let's say about 12 o'clock ish UK time, because we do also get that MPC votes, or the Bank of England's interest rate decision, as well as the MPC speech. So yeah, we'll be back. We'll see what we can get. Okay, we've updated you on the trades you taken some profit on. Oil, we took some profits on US dollar, Swiss franc. So well done on both of those. Just let crypto warm up. Okay, it's not really doing much. It's setting up some structure to go again. But yeah, as mentioned, thank you very much for joining me. Hopefully, we'll see you a bit later on. If you need anything, just drop me a message privately. Yeah, I'll be about. But yeah, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Cheers.